Alright, hey guys, Pax, welcome back to another Pokemon Pocket video. In this video, we're going to be going over Primarina EX. We got the starter right here. Compared to other starter Pokemon, there aren't really that many fans for this starter, but nevertheless, still pretty cool Pokemon overall. This is the deck right here. It's also on the bottom left. Also, as you can see, How is just staring right into our soul because this guy is buffing a lot of starter Pokemon. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he feeds these Pokemon, but yeah, whatever he's doing, it's really working out. But yeah, as you can see, this is a pure water deck running it with Greninja. Greninja is amazing. Hands down, one of the best age Pokemon cards in the game. Keep in mind, this guy came out in Genetic Apex and he's still meta relevant to this day. But yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, I consider liking and subscribing so you don't miss out on Pokemon Pocket content. I've been kind of slowing down with my uploads, but that's because of personal reasons. A lot of stuff happening in my personal life. I got a lot of videos planned out for the future, but yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this deck showcase. All right, here we are in our first battle. Going first, we are in a solo battle against Incineroar EX. And again, how these deck showcases usually work, I'm going to do at least 3 battles. First one's a solo battle just to get the feel for a deck, and the next 2 are PvP. Oh gosh, this is really teasing me right here. 2 rare candies. How? We got Professor Research, so hopefully we can get Primarina out next turn. If not, we might be in trouble. Okay, Professor, please, man. Please give me something good. Perfect. Okay, yes. Okay, this is amazing. So if I can get a Froakie, this will be even better. Yes. I could win right now, but I'm going to delay it one more turn because, yeah, I'm just going to showcase Primarina right here. So I could just kill him right now. But just looking at this, Primarina is pretty good. This Pokemon has 3 attacks. So Hydro Pump, that's like base Hydro Pump and then buffed Hydro Pump. Someone looking at this attack's description, does 40 damage plus 40 more damage if you have at least 1 more water energy attached. Okay, so he does evolve into Incineroar. Pretty scary. Ooh, we might be in trouble next turn, but yeah, this is not looking good, but I believe I have Copium. Okay, pretty scary. I still die if I do Lily. So again, looking at this, if I feed him 1 more energy, he does 80 damage. Pretty much if this card is fed 1 energy, 40 damage, 2 energy, 80 damage, 3 energy, 100 damage, and again, you can buff all of it with How. For now, I'm just gonna chill like this. I feel like this is a smart choice. I'm gonna do this, How, and he's only doing 40 plus 30, so he's only doing 90 plus type advantage. Not too crazy, but I'm setting up for this guy because, yeah, dude, this guy really switched. He really switched it up in 1 turn. Holy crap. All right, Primarina is dead, but the cool thing about this deck is, Greninja is amazing. And I believe, look at that. Yes, this is totally not staged, but I had a lot of faith. This is why this game is amazing. This is just like Yu-Gi-Oh, man. You gotta treat yourself like Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh. Gotta believe in the heart of the cards. And just like that, look at this. Pretty good. Yeah, Incineroar couldn't do much. Honestly, if he Lily there, I probably would have lost. But again, heart of the cards. You gotta believe in the heart of the cards, and you just win. There's a lot of Hopium. A lot of Hopium in this game, and GG. And with that being said, let's see how this deck performs in PvP. Alright, here we are in PvP. Okay, Popplio is out. Hopefully we can get a rare candy. This is pretty good if we can get a rare candy. We can get most of our Pokemon out. Look at this hand. What the heck am I looking at, man? Oh, this is pretty good. Okay, we're going against Rayquaza. Interesting. Very interesting matchup. Again, I'm doing PvP battles primarily just to show how these types of decks perform in like different ranks. And for the last battle, I'm going to do it in rank to see how it performs in like somewhat high tier ranks. So, okay. Not the worst. We got a lot of Pokemon out. Okay, this is good. So if we don't get a rare candy out, we can get Primarina out in a couple turns, and Rayquaza just chilling. This game better cook with actual Rayquaza. Like the actual Rayquaza. Because this is a promo card. Keep in mind, this is a promo card. Given that, it's not going to be that good. I really hate how Dina does that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually add like a very broken promo card. I mean, I guess you could count the Greninja because there is a promo Greninja that's pretty much a Genetic Apex version. Because I mean, that's a definitive Greninja so far. And okay, not the worst. All right, nice. Okay, yeah. Again, just getting a little bit of feel for a deck. You might, depending on your RNG, it might be like this. Because ideally, you want to play this a lot faster, but there are some scenarios where like you really can't. Might as well attack. Okay. So next turn, I can do 110 damage, which is, look at that. Look at that, 110. With Primarina, because of Hydro Pump's second form, you do 80 plus How, 110. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is pretty good. I might as well do this. This is very nice. Really do like seeing this. Greninja is out. Again, one of the best shinies in the game. I feel like as a shiny goes, I really like how they added Greninja as a shiny because this guy is very meta. Even to this day, like he is used in a lot of decks. And he came out in one of the first packs. Given that most shinies, in my opinion, are really pretty bad, in my opinion. Like, they're not really that... He would always reprint cards that not many people use. However, for Greninja, I mean, this guy is still meta relevant. And again, shiny Greninja, you can't say no to that. All right, so look at this. I do this. 110 damage. Yeah, so I might as well at this point start focusing on the Rayquaza right here. Look at that. 110. And again, it's rather slow. It could be rather slow. I feel like this could have been a lot faster. Like again, in high tier ranks, I probably would have died. But again, this is pretty fun. Like if you're like in lower to mid tier ranks, I feel like you're gonna have a lot of fun with this deck. And if not, just like with Primarina, like I feel like you should definitely get Greninja. Again, as I stated earlier, how meta relevant this guy is in a lot of decks, I feel like it's a very good investment. Oh my gosh, look at this combo. This is a pretty good combo. This is another reason why Greninja is pretty good. So I have two routes right here. I could use Cyrus and win next turn, or I could just use Howl and win this turn. So with Cyrus, keep in mind Cyrus, you can only target Pokemon that have damage onto it. And looking Greninja, you can target a bench. So these two cards have amazing synergy because Greninja, you could use his ability and then target Arceus, and then Cyrus. Then Primarina will attack, he's going to be at 20 HP. And in a lot of circumstances, that could win you the game. That combo right there. If the bench Pokemon isn't really that tanky and you can one-shot, yeah, that's going to be very nice. But for now, I'm just going to Howl. Doing 130 damage plus 20, so 150. Look at that. Pretty overkill. I'm going to do one more PvP battle to see how it performs and then head into ranked. All right, so next battle, I'm actually going to play it like this. Okay, yeah, I feel like this might be the smarter choice given that I already have a Greninja out. All I really need is a rare candy to get him out, so I'm leading with Froakie. Interesting, Snorlax EX. I'm definitely going to do a deck showcase to this guy. This guy, I don't think he's that good in my opinion, but he is Snorlax, so I feel like I must because he's a fan favorite Pokemon. We got a rare candy, so we can get him out next turn. And looking at our field, this is pretty good. I might as well. I'm just going to put Poplio down. Feed Froakie, end my turn. Not going to attack because it doesn't really matter. If anything, it will hinder me a lot more. Snorlax right here at the end of your turn. If this Pokemon is in the active spot, heal 20 damage for it. So just to save this Froakie from getting poisoned. And if he doesn't, perfect. Okay, yeah, we can get Greninja out already. Look at that. This is pretty good. And in a couple turns, hopefully I can get Primarina out as well. Look at that. The only downside is that I won't be able to kill him next turn. His heal is pretty good, Snorlax. But again, I mean, looking at our board, we are at a pretty good advantage so far. Damn, we got a Pokeball. Pretty unfortunate. I feel like that's like the worst thing we could have gotten. But for now, okay, this is very... He has a lot of cards, so I feel like he could evolve into Lunala. I'm pretty sure he's running Lunala right here. So when it comes to using Water Shuriken, this is where it gets rather technical. So I feel like I'm going to do this. Might as well. I'm going to target Cosmog. If I can get Cyrus out next turn and he doesn't evolve, I can just shut him down with that Cosmog. And the Snorlax is relatively low, although he might have Ilima. Ilima would actually help him out a lot. Okay, yeah, he does evolve into Lunala. Not looking good. Because if he has a Ilima, I might... Damn, this could be pretty bad. Okay, yeah, he's setting up for Snorlax, actually. So Lunala is pretty scary because he can just give all his energy either to Snorlax or Giratina right here. But nevertheless, not the worst. Again, this is a pretty interesting matchup because I feel like this deck, it's better against much weaker Pokemon. Because looking at this, I mean, all his Pokemon are very tanky. I'm going to hit the Giratina just in case he subs him in. Okay, yeah, this Greninja is dead next turn. Very scary, especially with all the Pokemon I have, because he could very much just Sabrina and just mess me up. Okay, yeah, he subs in Lunala. He really had a lot of choices, because he could have played with either Snorlax, Giratina, or Lunala, but okay, yeah, he's subbing in Lunala, of course. Oh yeah, he can only attach... Okay, damn, he kind of messed up here. Okay, so ability Psychic Connect. Once during your turn, you may move all Psychic energy from one of your bench Psychic Pokemon to your active Pokemon. It has to be a Psychic Pokemon. You can only get energy from one of your Psychic bench Pokemon. So he's using Snorlax. Okay, this is interesting. Nice, so we can just play it like this then. Okay, we can do this. Primarina is out. Interesting deck. Snorlax is very interesting. I wonder if he's actually running Ilima, because I feel like Snorlax is kind of... I feel like he should have Ilima that turn. I guess he might not have it. But look at that. 80 damage, Hydro Pump, Sparkling Aria, 100. And this is pretty good because it also heals you as well. So if you pair it with Lily, you are healing 80 HP overall. Interesting. Yeah, subbing in Snorlax. But if I can get a... Oh, crap. Okay. Damn. Snorlax is going crazy. Snorlax got one attack. I'm not... Still asleep? Okay. This is pretty scary. So if I use Lily, it doesn't do anything because I'm going to be at 130 HP. Feed one of these Pokemon. Probably... Yeah, I'll feed Poplio right here. Greninja attacking that Lunala. So I could win my next turn if he doesn't heal this Lunala whatsoever. For now, 100. And this is pretty good because the Snorlax is asleep. And I need him to fail this. If he fails this, I have a higher chance. Perfect. Okay, yes. Because he also might have PC Lady. So if he uses PC Lady, he has to either heal Snorlax or Lunala. He can't heal both. He does Ilima. Okay, interesting. The only downside with using Ilima is that he has no more... Look at this board. He has no energy. Yeah, GG. Interesting deck. I'm definitely going to make a Snorlax deck. Yeah, that's going to be very fun. But yeah, let's see how this deck performs in ranked. Okay, so Eevee, Froakie, Giratina. Interesting deck combo. This deck right here is pretty fun. I did make a deck showcase of it. Very nice. But for now, damn, this is very scary. All we could do now is sing. Just, yeah, sing to your heart's content, Poplio. And hopefully this guy doesn't red card. If he red cards or Marses me, this value is pretty insane. So this Eevee is asleep. That's pretty good. So he can't use that attack collect. But he might evolve this turn. He might just do that. Okay, he doesn't do anything. This is nice because we can be super offensive now. Oh, yes. Okay, this is very good. We might as well do this. Rare Candy Primarina is out. 80 damage. 80 damage, one-shotting this Eevee right here. Very good. Yeah, all we could do right now is this. And then next turn, we can do 130 because of how. Oh gosh, Team Rocket Grunt, my worst enemy. Fuck, dude. Okay. Not the worst. Not the worst. Only got 1 energy, so we can't do maximum damage next turn. If anything, we can do 110? 130 potentially. All right, not bad, dude. This is, again, believe in the harder cards. Moral of this video is to always believe in the harder cards because this guy's getting pretty bad RNG. Look at me. Just looking at my hand, pretty much the reverse, but so I can do 110 damage, but I'm gonna save How for next turn because next turn, if everyone's still alive, I can do 150 damage. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, he's doing 150 to me. But I should survive. He already used a supporter card, so he can't really do more than 150 damage. And again, Primarina is pretty good, given that it's pretty tanky. Okay, I see what he's trying to do. So he did sub out Giratina. Yeah, okay, so Giratina can attack next turn. He's trying to delay. So next turn, but looking at this is still pretty good. I might as well just keep on targeting. Actually, I'm gonna target this Froakie just in case. Because if he somehow kills my Primarina next turn, if I do get a Cyrus, I could just Cyrus and a Greninja can just one-shot that Froakie, hopefully. But for now, Hydro Pump. GG, yeah. There's really nothing you could do. I basically dominated him everywhere. So yeah, that's Primarina EX in a nutshell. Like, very good if you get him out very early in the game. However, kind of awkward if your opponent is rather tanky. And yeah, that was the Primarina EX / Greninja deck showcase. Overall, a lot of fun. I feel like these two have pretty good synergy. And as a pure water type deck, I feel like this is the best because yeah, these two have good synergy. And overall, when it comes to this water type, is pure water type decks, there aren't really that many out there that are pretty viable. A lot of people run Puke instead of Greninja. Yeah, if you know the Pokemon Puke, this guy pretty good because essentially his ability is kind of like a self-destruct. But again, I feel like you get more value with having Greninja out. And also, instead of running 2 Hows, you can very much just run either another Cyrus or Misty, because again, this is a water type deck, so you could run Misty. But in my opinion, you won't really get that much value running Misty. But then again, it really depends on the scenario that you're in. And overall, I'd probably rate this deck, I'd rate it A tier, like solid A tier, pretty fun. And yeah, it's pretty much the deck showcase. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.